You've never met, I'm Susan Gilbert, and you've made it to my YouTube channel, Peachy Pickins, the place where I spill all of my reselling secrets so that you can save a little money, stretch your budget, stack a little cash, maybe even ditch your 9-to-5 for good, who knows. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects, and that is garage sales. A magical little time for many places around the country on Saturday mornings. I've got lots of tips to share today. I hope to get you out there this Saturday. When Paul and I were first married, back in the dark ages, we've been married almost 33 years, or just 33 years, I began realizing that we were not going to be able to furnish our apartment on the teeny tiny teacher salary that I was making. Paul was in school and we were living off, very little from my paycheck. And we had some great wedding gifts, but that was not going to do in terms of furnishing a whole apartment and, getting things like pots and pans, dishes, towels even, knickknacks, things around the house. And so in Memphis, Tennessee, I started getting up on Saturday mornings and just hitting up, driving around and just literally stopping at anywhere there was a, pink little neon sign with those two wonderful words, garage sale, with the arrow pointed straight to a house. And I quickly learned that this would be something that would help us a ton. Over the next few years, we could save a ton of money by just getting things used and putting them around our home. It also scratched a great little shopping itch, and we saved a lot of money doing that. And we're able to furnish our home and other places that we've lived ever since. It's fantastic. So it's, definitely turned into an obsession over the years, but fortunately, I've been able to figure out how to use that obsession to also not only save us money, but to make money. It's been great to turn it into a full-time job. I don't know, I definitely would not share, even if I did know, how many garage sales I've been to in my lifetime. I couldn't even count. I've got some really funny, wild stories that I'll definitely spill on this channel as we have more time together. Funny things have happened at garage sales. But I've made a lot of observations at garage sales too. One of the things that I've observed at many garage sales, and if you know someone having a garage sale, please don't tell them this right now, but for all the work that it takes to drag your stuff out into the driveway and have a sale, generally speaking, there is at least one or two items that, if properly listed and sold to an international market, would make the amount of money that the whole garage sale is making.
Wow.
So, most of the time I'm guessing people make somewhere between $300 to $500 on a garage sale. And so often they are selling one or two things within all of their clutter that if they knew, if they had the time to list it, it would sell for that. So that's where our job comes in, because homeowners who are decluttering their homes, they just want the immediacy of having it out, and I get that. I think it's a great thing. They want to drag it out there on a Saturday, put little dollar stickers on everything, and off they go, and then have the immediate income from it. That's great. But in terms of what we can do is bring our eyes to these garage sales, and that's what I want to teach you how to do, to be able to look for those few items that are sitting there that can make you the same amount of money that that homeowner is having from their entire garage sale with a few easy steps of listing. One of the first questions that I get when someone is really considering going to garage sales for the first time on a Saturday is, where do you even know where these things are? And that's a really good question. There are lots of different platforms that you can check to see in your local area where garage sales are happening. You can definitely check your Craigslist page, see if they're posted there. There's a great website called yardsales.net. They will let you know if in whatever area that you're in, a radius of how many miles you're willing to travel, what garage sales are out there, or estate sales. You could also check your newspaper. People still put, on occasion, they take out ads in your newspaper and advertise their sales. There's also just driving around. A lot of folks just stick that magic sign out on a Saturday morning. And so even if you're not seeing a ton on some of these platforms, seeing these things advertised, most Saturday mornings, there are going to be little hand-drawn posters out there with arrows, and if you just drive through some neighborhoods, you're very likely to see them. So Facebook Marketplace is another place to look. If you check out the events section in Facebook Marketplace, a lot of times people will post sales there as well. So trying to think what else. EstateSales.net, another great app for estate sales. Those are a little different than garage sales, obviously, but if you're out on a Saturday morning, that's when estate sales are normally happening. So don't overlook those either. If you see a community sale happening in your neighborhood, or a church sale, or a school sale, or a sale that's, benefiting a Boy Scout troop or a Girl Scout troop, pay attention to those first. Those need to be your first stops, because the more people who are involved with putting a garage sale together, generally, there's a lot more items there, a lot more to choose from. You don't have to drive as much and spend those magic hours on a Saturday morning driving in your car. You want to be at as many sales as you can be. So prioritize the big sales going forward. And some of them will become your favorites, and you'll be their best customer over the years. Believe me. Don't ask me how I know. The second tip I want to give you is to get to know the homeowners when you attend these garage sales. I love going to really these little museums that people are offering for their family and their lives. When you walk into someone's garage and you sort of get to know them by looking at their stuff, you can really learn a lot about someone's life, and it can really pave the way into tons of really interesting conversations with people. It's really one of my favorite things about garage selling are the people that you get to know. But if you are really resonating with the person who's having it, you find that they're just classy people, or just really nice, kind, they share your taste in items, spend a little extra time looking around. There was a garage sale sort of recently, about a month ago, and just people were in and out of that garage so fast. She only had 2 tables of items for sale, and nobody was really taking any of them, buying any of them. But as I got to talk to her, I realized that she had a beautiful artistic eye, and she just had great taste in things. And she went through the garage, and as we talked about her life, started telling me about each little item on the table that she was selling. And so I ended up buying a few things, and among them was this cute little mid-century modern snail lamp, kind of like a nightlight, that I bought probably for $3. But once I got home, I started researching everything and realized that one little lamp alone probably has a value of more like $250 to $300. So in this case, this wasn't someone who ever wanted to resell things herself. She was moving, she was in a big hurry, just wanted things gone. But I'm glad I didn't just take a second to walk in the garage sale, look around, and leave. It can pay to get to know the people who are having these, and pay to see their items through their eyes. So how much you're going to make on a Saturday morning if you don't get up and go out is exactly $0. But getting up just a little bit early on a Saturday morning and spending even as little as $10 can be a game changer in terms of your monthly budget. Not only by buying things that you would have bought full price, saving money that way, but also by finding items that you can resell and have extra income coming in. So I just want to challenge everybody to get out there. We're going to be doing a Peachy Pickens challenge coming up. Be on the lookout for details. We'll have a Google sheet so that you can, send in to me what you bought at a garage sale for $10 and what you think it's going to sell for. Get it listed, send me the listing, tell me where you bought it, how much you paid, and you'll be entered into a contest. And we'll be drawing in about a month some entries out of that, and sending out gift cards for eBay, Amazon, maybe a few restaurants, maybe Dunkin' Donuts to get you out on a Saturday morning. But the point is, just get up and go. It's going to hurt $0 to go and try this. And I hope that just by watching Peachy Pickens, you can get motivated to at least try. Okay, so be on the lookout for our contest coming up. Thanks for watching to the end. If you haven't subscribed to Peachy Pickens, I hope you will. We're gonna have tons of content coming out, lots of shorts, most every day, just what I buy on a daily basis. I'm hoping we'll just give you more and more ideas as you're out there in the wild looking for stuff to buy. So thanks for joining me today, and I will see you soon.